He's with the Democrat Party and filming me on a regular basis at all my meetings, and that's okay. That's, I guess, part of what goes on. If you see pictures during the course of the campaign of me with some strange-looking face or whatever, that's where it came from. I hope there aren't too many of those, but we're going to try to be as real and alive here tonight as we possibly can be, and not worry about necessarily what campaign tactics might be used. But holding town hall meetings is important. If I wasn't on the floor of the House and speaking in darkened chambers for all of that August on the energy issue, when Speaker Pelosi had shut the lights off, sent us home, and shut the mics off, and had the Democrat pages come and take all the water glasses and jugs and pitchers off the tables, and all of a sudden we realized, you know what, the American people need to hear it anyway. And so we began to speak for the entire month of August, coming back to Washington in sections. I would show up for a day and a half or two, and then go back to the district after speaking on the floor. It was fun going out to the public areas of the Capitol building, speaking to tourists and saying, "Hi, I'm Congressman Walberg from Michigan. How would you like to come on the floor of the U.S. House and listen to what's going on?" "Oh, really? Can we?" "Well, it's your house. It's the people's house. And right now we're in recess, so you can come on." And so they would sit, Boy Scout groups, family tour groups, whatever. I even took one of Chuck Schumer's aides in. She said, "I've never been on the floor. Would you take me in?" I said, "Certainly." She said, "Well, I'm Chuck Schumer's aide." I said, "Doesn't make any difference to me. You might learn a different side of the story." And so we took her on. They would sit there and listen to what was going on about energy. And as I was speaking on the issue of all of the above energy, let's use it. I had legislation that I had introduced that was an all-of-the-above plan that encouraged alternative energies, biofuels, wind, solar, but also petroleum-based fuels, natural gas, nuclear power. Become truly independent. We spoke on that, and then came back and did town halls on that issue when it was up near $5 a gallon. And they were pretty tough town halls at times. But again, that's the responsibility of your member of Congress to come back and hear what you have to say. Not just, as we discussed earlier, fighting for you, or whatever the term is used by the congressman at the time, but listening to and learning from as well. So we've carried this on. We did this past August, before the vote was taken. I thought that Mark Schauer should have done the same thing before the vote was taken, as opposed to coming to town halls afterward and telling you what supposedly the bill has done. We're open to discussing that tonight. I introduced legislation when I was in Congress, which became the centerpiece for the Republican plan that they took to the White House for the health care summit. That was a competitive plan that said we ought to be able to encourage people to be responsible by giving more incentive, more competition, more alternatives. And so we offered in my bill expansion of health savings accounts. Dollars you own, it's your account. Let's make them larger, allow you to expand that and be more flexible. We offer the opportunity for associated health plans. So small businesses, like a group of contractors, should get together and join an economy of scale to be able to purchase health care coverage like the big three could. Why not allow that? We also offered tort reform in there to get at the nub of the issue of frivolous lawsuits. We also offer the opportunity to purchase health care across state lines to expand the competition base and the alternatives available. We then also gave the opportunity for people to have a refundable tax credit, or you could call it a voucher, for being responsible and purchasing health care that would cover a majority share of what it would have cost a person at that time to purchase health care or a family purchase. The key is to reward people for being responsible in doing things with their own money, and giving them a benefit by saying, here's the tax refund. You've been responsible. You haven't cost us, the taxpayer. You haven't cost businesses necessarily further for it. You've encouraged jobs, and you've done the responsible thing of taking care of your own. So those are the approaches we wanted to take. And frankly, I think that was the direction that most people wanted to go during August when they were saying, yes, overwhelmingly, we want health care reform. The cost is becoming prohibitive. And we find providers that are suffering as a result of it. And businesses that just can't afford the increased cost of that. But we do not want government to control it. So spend some time doing something that we're asking you to do. And I think the majority are still, according to all the polls nationwide, including in this state and this district, people want reform, but they did not want a government takeover of healthcare. Is Pete ready?
Pete, can you hear us?
I can hear it, yes, I can.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Mr. Congressman, Tim Walberg here. Thanks so much for joining us via Skype. People are interested in hearing from you, so why don't I just shut up for a moment and you take it over.